Man, I had recorded a video, and this is an iPhone, and instead of sliding it to video, I hit photo. so everything I said, I just wasted a whole bunch of breath. Anyway, a friend of mine had some difficulties enter his life, and I refunded some money back to him that he had been paying on a knife that he wanted. And I refunded his money plus a little bit extra. I hope it helps a little bit. So I need to sell some knives, and I'm willing to take far less for what I have back at my house. I do have this down here, and I actually have 4 at the house. I'll show you them. And I have this, which I may work on this today. What I'm going to do, this is the knife with the bend. And the bend appears to be right here. So I think somebody tried prying something open. Who knows? So I've got nothing to lose. I could never sell this with a bend in it. So I'm going to stick this in my vise in my garage. I'm going to slide a pipe over this. And I'm going to see if I could get that bend out of there. It's not much of a bend. Actually, the bend looks like it's right here, right at the ricasso. So I think I can straighten it. And this is really a pretty knife. It doesn't need a whole lot of work. Now, it's going to need some work on the blade, because it appears somebody sprayed some rhino bed liner on this thing to hide what they did to the bevel. But I can straighten that bevel out. I have a little confidence now that I've free-handed one blade. And if I have to, here's the nice thing about having options. I could make this a full grind and still it'd be a beautiful blade. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm taking it to the garage right now and try to get that bend out of there. If I can get the bend out of there, then I will proceed with making this pretty mess. Okay, go to the garage, and I'm going to change that oil in the gator come hell or high water. See you out there. All right, let me get it out of there. Here's the pipe. All right. See what we did. Absolutely nothing. No. So, I'm going to try it one more time. All right, we did it. Well, that's good news. And I just knew this was going to snap. Let's just make doubly sure. How can I do this? So, we'll look at that. I cannot see any bend in that, can you? Nope. All right, good deal. Let's get that oil change to be done with it. Well, I got some good news. I'm under the gator, and there, right there, here, is the oil drain. But even better news, the oil filter right there is impossible for me to get to without a cup that fits over the end of the oil filter, which I don't have. I have this. I'll figure out a way, but it's got to be on there really tight. Can I even get my hand up in here? Jeez, ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, that looks like a 3/8 drive ratchet, which I got, and I'll need 2 hands, so see you in a minute. Okay, the oil is drained, and I have found a way that I think I can get in, but I have to jack this side up. I gotta pull that tire off, and I think I can get my arm in this way, because this side has the belt and all that. There's the belt, and there's just no way to come from this way There's no way to get it from underneath, but I think I can get in from the side here, but I got to pull the tire off to get my large body a little more room. All right. Why won't you work? There we go. There it is. Right back there. See if I can get in there to it. Hold on, let me put a little bit of light up in there. Oh, what have we got red going? Why are you flashing red? Good Lord, come on. Yeah, it's gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna need 2 hands. Back in a minute. All right, there's the old one. Ridiculously and unnecessarily messy. Here's a new one, and oiled the gasket. Let's see if we can get this in there. Oh yeah. Ridiculous, I'll tell you what. I gotta clean that off and clean my hands off, and then put a turn or half a turn with that there. We'll be back. All right. Boy, they sure made that inconvenient. Not undoable, just very inconvenient. And messy, you know. There's no way to get that filter off without getting it everywhere. All right. Oh, come on. My motorcycle's in the way. Plus, I'm not as strong as I used to be. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna shut you off. I gotta move the motorcycle. I can't get down there close enough. Oh boy. Getting old sucks. All right, we'll see if that's gonna give me enough ass room. Yeah, good enough. So in the meantime, I'll be looking for one of them wrenches that you can slide over the bottom of it. Battery. I have to take the battery out because this LED light stays on and wears the battery out. Okay, now I gotta put the oil in it, and that project is done for a couple of 100 more hours. My wife said that the reason my channel doesn't do as good as it could is because I put several different things in one video. Like changing the oil on my gator should have been one video. Unbending this knife should have been a video. Reprofiling the edge should have been a video. And I agree. This is not perfect, but this is only my second hand ever freehand bevel, and I was prepared to go full grind with this if I had to. But with hand sanding, I can make this look really nice, and I'm going to. And I have no idea what this is. I I think it's aftermarket. I put some acetone on it, and with some rubbing, it came off. So I have no idea what it is. Anyway, I'm going to start the hand sanding. I got all the dings sanded out of the aluminum, and I've smoothed out the handle with 400 grit belt grinder. So now I'm going to I'm going to sand off the black stuff, and then I'm going to make a nice edge on this. And my wife's probably right. I had 3 videos. I could have had 3 videos. Like if somebody is looking up how to change oil on a Gator, that would be one video. Anyway, we'll see. Let me get this in the vise. Oh, it's going to look nice. Yes, it is. Still haven't got all of it off up there, but I'm working on it, and it is coming off. And this is after whatever it is, it was sprayed on or something, because it was sprayed on up under here. I'm gonna have to sand that off, but it's coming off. It came off the back. It's this is 220. I think did I do one side yet? Let me look. Yes, I did. Let's see, it's coming off there. I think I can get the rest of this off on the buffer. So this is gonna look A-okay when I'm done. Now it has had a lot of blade disappear, about 1/8 of an inch here. I think right here is where the blade started, and oh yeah, and it was definitely convex, so it was definitely put on a grinder. I just don't understand people putting a knife on a grinder. Never in the history of sharpening knives on grinders has one turned out good. And you know, it only takes one for you to realize that's not the tool for the job. And I've told you the story about this gigantic folding knife that my dad had, and I think he got it in Korea when he was over there. And it was on the bench downstairs, his workbench, and we had a grinder. And I put it on the grinder to put an edge on it and realized I had destroyed it. So I quietly folded it up and shoved it up underneath a bunch of junk on my dad's workbench. Yeah, that only took one time for me to realize, oh yeah, then I think I was like 9 or 10, you know. I mean, I was young enough where, anyway, I can't see anybody doing this more than once, that's for sure. So maybe it was their first time trying to sharpen a knife on a grinder. Alrighty, 220, 320, 400, 600, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon buffing, and then I'm going to run home and take a shower. Okay, got a little more sanding to do, and I'm going to have to do that by hand because it's just a little bit of a divot there. And actually, that's raised up too. But look at that. Now, I haven't polished this yet, but I would say that I have saved a knife. This is the second one I was able to save, and I saved the worst for the last. I'm probably going to have to sand some here. Yeah, there's a gouge there, but so I got a little bit more work to do on this, sanding wise, and most of it is these low spots that my belt grinder couldn't get to. Same there, up here, and my hands are just wore out. That's a lot of sanding. So I think I'm gonna do some more tomorrow. I finally got my Gator, the oil in my Gator changed. I mean, I've made, you know, major progress. That to me, that has been nagging at me for so long, and now you see why, because it's such a pain in the neck to do. Not that big a deal. The Gator isn't high enough for me to actually get my big body under there, so I have to kind of reach under with my left hand, you know, and I'm a fat guy. But even, you know, not being fat, I'm still a big guy. Even if I wasn't fat, I'd still be considered a big fella. So it's harder for me because I can't get under it. And if you jack it up, well, where's the oil gonna go, you know? So anyway, it's done. Now I've done it. Now I know without even screwing around. Just next time I got to do it, take the tire off and be done with it. Okay. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. Boy, I'm real happy with that. That's going to be nice. But I want it to be perfect. So tomorrow I'm going to come back out. I want to finish sanding some of the rough areas on the handle. The blade, I think that will polish up really nice. And I've gotten most of the black, whatever it was, off. And I think the buffer will take the rest of it off. And we'll see. If not, I'll come back to square one and I'll get my little wire wheel out on my Dremel. And maybe, you know what, before I go home, I might soak that down with some acetone. It did seem to make a difference, and maybe that'll make it easier. Okay, so have a good Sunday, y'all. Tomorrow, Sunday, I'll be finishing this up and putting it on the buffer. And then that sheath is a good sheath, and it goes with it. But it does need a little bit of sewing down here. And this, I'm going to take this off of here, and I'm going to put it here. Not this exact one. I'll put a new one, but it's just a staple back there. I can unbend that staple and take it off. And I may use this since it's the same color, but I want to move it down so it will go around the leather handle and not around the aluminum pommel. Okay, have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't have, never mind. It's in my pocket. Usually when I'm out here, I put this underneath the towel to keep dust and grit off it, but I had my flap on my pocket closed, so it should be okay. Okay, have a good Sunday, y'all. This is not a joke. Shreveport is an absolute cesspool of crime and violence and gang wars and prostitution and human trafficking. The entire city is falling apart. The roads are absolutely horrendous. And I just want to say that the end to that nightmare may be in view, because the Shreveport Police Department has sent out a citywide notification saying that they will be cracking down on seatbelt violators.